Hi everyone, I'm Chas with Chas's Crazy Creations, and I am here in Fort Collins, Colorado. Thank you for being here, and thank you Home Talk for having me. Today we are going to be making bath bombs and salt or sugar scrubs. So I hope you enjoy the show, and let's go ahead and get started. While we do, please write in the comments where you're watching from. All right, so we're going to start with a bowl. And in this bowl, we are going to just be putting our dry ingredients first to make a bath bomb. So the first dry ingredient we need is baking soda. So we're going to need about 1 cup of that. So I'm scooping that up right now. So that's 1 cup of baking soda. Next, we're going to need, this is like the biggest key ingredient, and it is called citric acid, and this is the part that makes the fizz happen in a bath bomb. So this is kind of like the baking soda is the base, citric acid is like the acid in it. So if you remember making volcanoes, they were vinegar and baking soda, right? The cause reaction is kind of the same thing. So with the citric acid, you can just find this at your grocery store or online. And you are going to need 3 tablespoons of citric acid. So that's 1, 2, and 3. All right, so now what we're going to do is one more dry ingredient. And that last dry ingredient is cornstarch. So we've got 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. So again, one more time, it was 1 cup of baking soda, 3 tablespoons of citric acid, and 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. Now what I'm going to do here is just mix those ingredients together, and a whisk usually helps work the best because it will break up any clumps that you have in there. So we're just mixing that up. Now we're going to make this recipe twice. I just want to, for the first time, show you the basic recipe, and then I'm going to show you some added things you can do to it. So this one is just going to be plain. We're going to think of it as a snowball. So if you're looking for gift ideas for the holiday season, this is an idea. Okay, our next thing we're going to do is start to add the wet ingredients. Now, you are going to add 3 tablespoons of any oil of your choice. So you can use almond oil, coconut oil, olive oil, whatever oil that you want to use that you are comfortable with. So this is going to be 3 tablespoons of oil. Just like that. And now I'm going to go ahead and mix that up. And while I'm mixing this up, what we're looking for is a kind of a moist consistency. And then we'll add a little bit more of a wet ingredient to it so that I can show you the difference. So while I'm stirring this, who is going Black Friday shopping tomorrow on Thanksgiving? If you are going Black Friday shopping tomorrow on Thanksgiving, send some likes. And what is your favorite store? Put that in the comments. What's the I have to hit this store, it's got the best deals. Put that in the comments. What's the best Black Friday store shopping thing for you? If you refuse to go Black Friday shopping, send hearts. We're going to see which one's more popular. All right, so as you can see, this is still a little dry, and what you want it to do is be able to stick together a little bit better than this. So what I'm going to do is add a little bit of water to it. So I'm going to add about a tablespoon of water to this. Now, the big thing to do is stir quickly as you're doing this, because once this water hits, the citric acid will start to react. If too much of that reaction happens, your bath bomb won't fizz later. So start stirring as you pour that water in there. That was my son, sorry. He accidentally turned the lights off on me. All right, so stirring that up. And if you need to add a little bit more, you add a little bit more. But what you're looking for is to get that consistency so that it sticks together like that. All right, so now we're going to talk molds here for a second. So as I get this all in here and it's starting to stick together, you have a lot of options. You can buy something like this, which is a store-bought mold, and they're pretty cheap online, and you can scoop them and make your bath mold. Another option is to use ice cube trays, or they sell molds at craft stores that snap together, or these are just dishes from the dollar store, and you can use these as well. They're like 4 for $1. So what you're gonna do then is you're gonna take your mixture and you're gonna put it in here, and you want it to be a little over full. Now you can stop with it being halfway, so you can make a half of one, or you get your other one and you fill it up too. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna take these 2 halves and you're gonna push them together. And that's gonna form your bath bomb. So again, this is just using 2 dollar store dishes, but you can use molds or ice cube trays or whatever you want. So there you go. And now you're gonna let this dry. And I'm gonna recommend 24 hours because if this stays too moist, it'll fall apart. And I have tried a lot of bath bomb recipes, and trust me, some of them do not work. But when it's time to pull it out of there, now again, I would leave this 24 hours at least, but we're gonna just try to pull it apart right now just so you know how to do it. And we're gonna lightly tap it, and a spoon works great. And you're gonna lightly tap it to loosen it from the mold. And we're gonna see if we can get it to come out of here. And it worked. So there you go. And you can just smooth that. And if it stays like that, you can just let it dry. So there is a bath bomb. This is the basic recipe. Again, leaving it in there 24 hours would be a little better because right now it's super soft and fragile. So if you like this, please send likes, please send hearts. Please share this with anyone who would be interested in making bath bombs. And I'm gonna set this aside and we're gonna show you 2 dried ones really fast, and then we're gonna show you some ways to embellish them. So let me set this wet one aside. I'm gonna pull over this half one. So let me set this over here so we have a clear view. So this was just a dried half version. And one fun thing you could do with something like this for the holidays would just be to get some Sharpies. And I'm gonna just do this on the fast side here, but this will dissolve in the water, of course. So you just can get some Sharpies or some Crayola markers, and you can draw on a little snowman. So if you like that, please send like, please send hearts, and there you go. You've got an easy half bath bomb gift. If you want the full-size bath bomb, it looks like this when it's all hard. Okay, so we've got a half one and a whole one. I also had these little ice cube trays, and I did some in here. See if I can get one to pop out pretty easy without breaking it. So these are pumpkins. And again, I could just leave it like that, or I could color it with the Sharpie, and you've got little mini ones to drop in your bath as well. Or these would be a really great size if you wanted to use it as a foot soak. So if you have somebody, you could do like a peppermint one and then make it for foot soaks. So I'm sure you guys want to see what this looks like before we make the next one, which we're going to add essential oil to the next one, and we're going to add color to the next one. So let me pull over some water, and we'll drop one of these little ones in there. And it's going to start to go. And they are different releasing. It just depends upon each time you make them. They're always a little bit different. So this one's a slower release one. The bigger ones are going to release a lot faster because there's more to it. And the oil you'll see going in there, and of course that's wonderful for your skin. So again, if you like it, please send likes, please send hearts. And we're gonna make another one. And this time we're gonna add essential oil and color to it. So let me dump this out so we don't end up mixing things. All right, where are you going for Thanksgiving? Are you hosting or are you going somewhere? Put that in the comments. If you have questions, please feel free to leave those in the comments, and I'll try to answer them later. All right, 1 cup of baking soda. In we go. 3 tablespoons citric acid. That's the key ingredient again. That citric acid is the key one for the fizz. And then cornstarch is the other dry ingredient. So we add 3 tablespoons of the cornstarch. Oops, that one didn't all dump out. So let's get that one out. All right. We're going to mix that together. Has anyone said, Skylar, if they're going somewhere or if they're hosting?
It looks like a lot of people are hosting themselves, but there's some that are going to see their kids.
Nice. Tell me in the comments your favorite Thanksgiving memory. I will read those later. Okay, and now we're moving to the wet ingredients. So we're going to do 3 tablespoons of oil of your choice. Any oil you want. And then we're going to mix that up. We're looking for that damp consistency. This particular whisk, everything likes to go in this ball. Not my favorite there, huh? So yeah, in the comments, tell me your favorite Thanksgiving memory. Okay, now we're gonna add some of the fun to this while this is still in this form. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna add some essential oil. And you can add as much or as little. It's really up to you how much fragrance you want in yours. So I'm just gonna add some lavender. You can also use food flavoring, so like peppermint food flavoring, to add your scent as well. And then we're just gonna add some food coloring in there. And if you can see that, it's starting to react. So that's that whole thing about moving it around and getting it to break up before that reaction happens. And then lastly, like I was saying, you want to add a little bit more moisture to that probably so that it has that stick together and not fall apart consistency. So we're going to add at least a tablespoon of water to that. And you can always add a little more because every climate's different, so you kind of have to work with it yourself until you get that consistency where it sticks together. Now there are more fun things you could do with this. You could add dried lavender to this or crushed mint leaves depending upon your fragrance you're going for. And you could add that in here as well. All right, let's test it. It's looking pretty good. All right, so now what we're gonna do is go ahead and mold it. Who would you make something like this for? Put it in the comments for who you maybe would do this for. Now this time, let's go ahead and use the other molds. These are just the store-bought molds. So again, the same thing as the bowls I used earlier from the dollar store. Pushing them in there, getting them packed in. Little extra so they'll stick together. Push real hard. And then I think one fun thing that would be really cool to do is in the center of these, you could dig out a little hole and put some fresh flowers in the middle. So as it fizzes, out come the rose petals, out come the lavender. Unless you don't want those in your bathtub, that's fair enough. So again, any size you want to go for, small or bigger, it's really your choice. All right, again, I would leave it sit for 24 hours so that it's dry, but there you go. So let's take a quick vote. Do you like the colored scented one? Do you like the plain one? Or do you like the one that you can decorate with markers? So go ahead and put in the comments and send emojis if you like, and please share this with anybody who might be interested in making some bath bombs. It's just that time of year we start looking to make things for gift giving. So tell me in the comments which one you like the best, please. All right, we are now gonna move on and make a bath scrub. So I'm gonna set the bath bombs aside. We'll bring them back a little bit later. And I'm gonna clear up my space a little bit. So while I'm clearing my space, you can vote on which one is the best for you and who you would make it for. All right. And now we're gonna get the stuff we need for the scrub. Right in here. So for this, again, you can adjust it however you want. And now we're gonna make a scrub for your hands or your body, however you wanna use it. And again, a great gift idea. So this one, what we are gonna start with is 1 cup, and you have a choice here. We're gonna use salt today, just regular salt from the store. But you could use sugar, so it's really your choice. I find that salt is a little coarser than sugar, and it holds up a little bit better than sugar does. Sugar tends to dissolve a little bit more, so I tend to like salt. If you like sugar, go ahead, tell me in the comments. Do you like the sugar or do you like salt better? So 1 cup of salt to get started with that. Next, we're gonna add oil again, any kind of oil you want. It can be almond, coconut, canola, olive, just natural oils is what you're looking for. And this is gonna be a 1/2 cup of oil. Now, if you wanna use a little less, you can use less. If you wanna use a little bit more, you can use a little bit more. It's easily adaptable to whatever suits your needs. Let me set that aside somewhere safe. Okay, and then our last ingredient, 3 ingredients. How easy is that? Send likes if you like 3 ingredients for this one. Just lemon juice. So our last, or you could use lime juice as well. So lemon or lime juice, your choice. If you like lemon, send likes. If you like lime, send hearts. All right, so our last ingredient is lemon juice. And we need 1 tablespoon. So we're gonna pour that in there. No worrying about reactions on this one. This is just, that's all you need for that one. Okay, now you just take a spoon and you start stirring it up till it's good and mixed. Who would love a spa gift like this? Put that in the comments. I would say myself. But I love it. I love it. Oh, and thank you too. I know it's a big holiday weekend. I really appreciate you being here with me today. All right, so that's about the consistency you want to see. Something like that. And again, you can add more salt, you can add more oil. It's really what your personal preference is. Now, if you want to, again, you can add some flowers into this if you want. You can add fragrance into this. You can add food coloring into this. Or, you know, like I have several family members who are allergic to all that stuff. So just plain lemon juice works great for them too. This is a great exfoliant for your hands or your skin. So you just, the directions are, you know, just rub it on your hands while you're washing your hands and that's it, and rinse it off. And it gives a nice exfoliation to your hands or your feet or whatever you want. So then it's time to put it in a jar. So you can use a recycled jar. These jars I think are really pretty, and gosh, they're so cheap at our Goodwill and our ARC thrift stores. So, you know, always hit those too. They always have a bunch of them in there, especially this time of year. I think Walmart's having a Black Friday sale on mason jars or ball jars. $5 for $12 or something like that. So it's a pretty good deal, huh? And you're just gonna scoop that in your jar. I got extra, sweet. And then you're gonna put your lid on it. Now, how would you decorate? You could pack it in there. This one's got some air. How would you decorate this? Would you do something? Put that in the comments. Tell us all how you would decorate your jar. And then for an added little touch to this, really simple, you would just add a little recipe card that you can either give them the ingredients if they want to make it again because they like it, or you just tell them the instructions, you know, rub on your hands and wash your hands or your feet, or, you know, it's great exfoliator. And then another really great simple little thing to add to this, and they're super cheap, is you can buy the little teaspoons. I think they're like $2 for $1 at the dollar store, and you just tie a spoon and a ribbon to it, and then they can scoop it out with the spoon rather than trying to get it out with their hands. So if you like this scrub, please send likes, please send hearts, please share this with all the people you think might like to know how to make some hand scrubs and bath bombs today. And you can save it on your own page for later so you can come back and have these instructions. So as we are wrapping up the show today, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss another Home Talk Live. And please, you can tune in for the next show. It'll be, I'm not sure if they're doing them tomorrow because it is Thanksgiving, but I'm sure there will be one on Friday, if not. All right, so here we go. Today we worked on bath bombs, and there were different kinds. You can use the basic kind or draw on them or add color and fragrance to them, dried flowers, and then we also did the sugar hand scrub that you can also use color or scent to as well. So if you like this, please send those likes, please send those hearts, please share with anyone who is interested. Thank you, Home Talk, for having me. Thank you to all of you for being here. I'll be back on Sunday to do a light up canvas art. I'm super excited. And I hope you all have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thanks so much. And I'm Chas from Chas's Crazy Creations. Bye.